Wow. Christy Paul is leaving CNN. And she's not the only one. Most of their viewers have as well, including those in the most important demographic. Oh, we've got stuff to cover today. Let's get to it. Here we go. So Christy Paul is leaving CNN. And to be honest with you, I'm not surprised, although a long and storied career has been had there all the way back since, well, beginning there in 2003 with Headline News and moving over to CNN to host New Day. That's a weekend program, in case you've never heard of it, which most people haven't, and the ratings actually prove that out. But let's dive into the story, well, and the stories around CNN, because Christy Paul isn't the only one leaving. And as I mentioned during the cold open, lots of viewers are leaving as well. And maybe that'll indicate a mass exodus of, the untalented and the politically driven at CNN. But we'll get into that in a moment. From the story, and this is from Variety, Christy Paul, CNN's New Day weekend anchor, will depart. A lot of changes are taking place at CNN after the merger of its parent company, Warner Media, with Discovery. But this wasn't one many people were anticipating. It seems that Christy Paul had been a regular on CNN's weekend morning programs for nearly 9 years and is leaving the CNN news outlet completely. In fact, by rumor, she's headed to a local or a regional in Ohio to be on-air talent, or maybe something bigger. Hard to say. This past Sunday was actually Christy's last appearance, and there are a lot of other anchors on different shows saying a fond farewell to her, including Brian Stelter and a few others. We'll get to Brian Stelter in a moment. But essentially, since joining in 2003, she was a regular. She had a previous career across the country in Arizona and a couple of big stations, and then moved to Clarksburg, West Virginia before joining CNN. But she is out of there, and it could be because the ratings for that particular program are plummeting. Well, and for pretty much all of CNN's programs. From the New York Post, you can see that Brian Stelter's reliable sources on CNN draws lowest ratings since 2019. This is from a story on June 15th, which you probably didn't hear much about. But the CNN media-centric show, Reliable Sources, yeah, that's a funny name for a program if you're big liar as this guy is, hosted by Brian Stelter, had its worst-rated episode since September 2019. And the show logged just 580,000 people last Sunday, and a mere 73,000 viewers in the all-important 25 to 50-year-old demo. That's terrible. Wow, that's catastrophic, actually. That's where your money comes from. The show lost 13% of its total audience, and it marked Stelter's smallest audience since September 15th of 2019. So there's the specific day. It looks like Media Buzz, which airs at the same time on Fox News, averaged 1.4 million viewers and 189,000 in the 25 to 54-year-old demo, which actually destroyed Stelter's show. Anything under 100,000 is a oopsie, kids, and we'll get there in a minute. But Chris Licht has taken over as CNN's new boss, and he took the helm in May. He is the one who succeeded Jeff Zucker as president after a slew of scandals at the network and Zucker's own. Holy cow. He has not only been tasked with amping up CNN's ratings, but also focusing on the network shows and fact-based reporting and less opinion. Wow. According to the recent Axios report, Licht is evaluating whether CNN staffers can adjust to the new approach, and anyone who doesn't fall in line could be ousted, according to the report from Axios. Well, I guarantee you those folks will be on their way out the door because Licht has been given a directive by his boss Zaslav, who was kind of following along with what John Malone wants to do, and that's the whole reason I think that all of these things are starting to happen. In some additional commentary from the Axios piece, it says, to conservative critics, some on-air personalities like Jim Acosta and Brian Stelter have become the face of the network's liberal shift. End quote. I think that's probably true, and I think those are the people that are very likely going to be headed out the door, and probably in a less celebrated manner than Miss Paul. But We'll continue on because it's bigger than all of that. CNN demo ratings crashed to a 22-year low. It's even more significant. This story from June 21st from John Nolte. Of course, this is laced with a little bit of opinion, so we'll try to filter through some of that, as you would expect from Breitbart, or at least from his reporting at Breitbart. The ongoing death spiral of CNN has been such a joy to watch that these folks at CNN are facing their worst demo ratings in more than 20 years. Last Friday, the all-important demo 25 to 54 age demographic that sets advertiser rates, which it does, bottomed out with an average of just 60,000 demo users. 60,000. Back in 2000, CNN hit 59,000 demo viewers. That's 22 years ago. Holy cow. So this is essentially the worst number since then, and the worst in almost a quarter century. Well, of course, 3 years short of a quarter century, but yes. For context, and this is true, anything below 100,000 is considered a massive fail. Fox News averages 212,000 demo viewers Friday, or did in the most recent Friday, or the Friday most recent to the 21st, I guess. MSNBC averaged 83,000. So if we're putting it in context, that's bananas. Fox News had almost 4 times as many young viewers as CNN. Sounds like they almost had as many young viewers as total viewers CNN had. Because we look at it, so the total viewer numbers for Friday over the entire day, total average views, Fox had 1.56 million, MSNBC had 818,000, CNN had 303,000. Holy cow. That's the entire day. New Day, which is a show we were just talking about, could not bring in more than 150,000 total viewers. Total viewers! No wonder Miss Paul left. Fox and Friends, of course, grabbed over 1 million total viewers. And Jack Tapper's 2 hours, in hour 1 he had only 389,000, in hour 2, 370,000. Not rocking the box. Aaron Burnett, of course, averaged only 301,000 total viewers. People are not interested in what CNN has to sell, and that's a big problem if you're a Discovery Warner chief. You gotta, you over there at CNN, Mr. Licht, you have your work cut out for you in order to restore faith in any of your news products. Holy cow. In a comment from Mr. Nolte here in the article, which I think is kind of fun, CNN's problem is that its on-air talent is the smuggest, most unlikable, unsympathetic group of people ever assembled. These are awful people who no one wants to spend time with. This is TV, y'all. If we don't like you, we don't watch you. And we don't like you, CNN. Wow. Well, I'd have to say the audience definitely doesn't, at least based on these numbers. And that's very, very bad news. So I would anticipate Mr. Acosta, Mr. Stelter, Mr. Lemon, and perhaps Mr. Tapper all headed for the door in the very near future, because I don't believe for a minute that they can separate fact from opinion when it comes to reporting anything that they would consider newsworthy. But hey, what do you think? Please utilize the comment section down below and tell me, because I'm genuinely interested. Do you think CNN is going to survive these bumps in the road? Do you think that Warner would be better off just shutting down the news network? Of course, the answer is going to be no to that one. But do you think that the current line of talent can fall in line with Licht's edict and decide to become more fact-based and drop the opinion? I don't think certain parties here can. But, you know, your mileage may vary. In fact, please utilize that comment section down below, as I mentioned, because I would like to hear from you. I'd like to engage on this. Do you watch CNN? Let me know. I'd like to know that too. Because are you watching it for entertainment or for news? Might be for entertainment. Support other independent creators, of course, because they're bringing you these stories on the regular, and they're certainly not getting the bump that the corporate content creators get from the platforms that we all share. We definitely would appreciate all of the engagement you can provide, whether it be comments or the like button or subscriptions or sharing our content. All of those things help with overall engagement and drive channel growth, and I really appreciate them. And of course, I always end the video the same way, which is to tell you to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.